Yo, yo, what is up? It is Rage, and we are back. Welcome to June. What a crazy roller coaster life has been for May. And let's see what June has in store for the Tao. So let's get right to it. The first card represents the yin energy, which is the female internal subconscious energy. The second card represents the male energy, the physical, external, creation, masculine energy. And then the third card represents what we have to do to bring the bottom two cards into balance. So let's get right to it. We will then flip our pennies and see if there is an additional card that goes with the changes card. And then finally, we'll look at the bottom of the deck, which represents the overall energy that went into the reading. So let's see what June has in store according to the Tao. Okay, our internal card, yin energy, is the family. Heredity, blood bonds, kindred spirits, ancestry, home life, community, intimate relationships, our human family. And this is the internal subconscious female energy. And we have the fire energy underneath the wind energy. And it looks like we have basically the children of the world, all skin, all colors of humanity, honestly. So the flame at the bottom kind of represents this fire kind of base energy, almost like the core of the earth burning. And then on top we have wind, which kind of signals that core fire flame kind of getting spread out. The wind is carrying it everywhere. So I'm getting just like a lot of like internal energy, kind of like the collective planet on the same page right now. Everyone's kind of like tuned in to the same frequency at the core of the core level. Once you get further away from the core, that can kind of get fractured and people might get kind of lost or confused or taken advantage of, and that energy can be manipulated. But I'm getting a strong sense that at the core, kind of right now, everyone, or for the month of June, everyone's kind of on the same page and kind of holding that same fire. All right, let's move on. The external yang energy, we have the marrying maiden. A compromising situation, subordination, succumbing to seduction, manipulation, low self-esteem. And it looks like we have a woman, it looks like a bride, holding flowers, and she's wrapped in chains. And these roses look like they're kind of like thorning out at her. So that kind of like represents, let's see, look at the icons. We have a lake, which underneath the thunderbolt. And so the lake is usually a calm energy, kind of like a serene, think of like a summer lake or a summer cabin or summer cottage, that kind of energy of like peace. That's kind of the lake icon. But on top we have a thunderbolt, which kind of represents direct action, a spark. And so this lake calm energy is being sparked by something. I'm kind of getting a little connection between the fire and the spark. Both of those energies are somewhat related, and it kind of seems like someone or something is trying to spark this lake to harness the energy of the collective or the people. So we're kind of being, or tried to be, held back right now, like almost like wrapped up in our own chains, like being wedlocked, like you're unable to move. That's kind of what is or is trying to be done right now. Kind of just keep everyone, kind of keep all the crabs in the bucket, you could say, or kind of keep everyone on a very tight leash to stop maybe a collective gathering or a collective kind of focus, which I don't really feel I need to go into details. I think it's kind of obvious what those things could be or are. All right, let's move on to the changes. And we have the clinging, fire, illumination, inspiration, devotion, an all-consuming passion, regeneration, spirituality, virtue, enlightenment. And we have 2 fire icons. So this kind of represents the ultimate form of fire. And it looks like we have some women dancing, and their entire kind of body and the entire card kind of looks like a flame. So that like eternal light. And that's kind of connected down here to the family energy, that core energy. So I'm kind of getting like a sense that that core fire energy is kind of being sparking that fire, maybe to break the change or to break whatever is trying to keep us controlled or at bay or silent. That fire kind of energy of that collective maybe is kind of breaking through. All right, let's flip the pennies and see if there's another card. So the 4th line is getting changed from a closed line, which represents, an open line, which represents the yin energy, and it's getting changed to a closed sign, which represents the yang energy. And that will be changing that card, the top line, from a flame to the yang, the yang energy. Okay, so the changes card is companionship, friendliness, mutual respect, shared goals, interdependence, agreement, strengthening bonds. And we have the yang icon on top of the fire now, which represents the yang energy, which is above the yang card. So kind of like what I just said, look, we have all this fire energy. The yang represents the yang position. So like I said, almost like this fire core is burning through whatever barrier is trying to stop that core fire from burning. We're kind of bursting through that barrier via combining our forces for this commonality of the family. This is such a clear reading, it's kind of fun to see this, and hopefully you guys can see what I'm seeing or kind of come up with your own conclusions based on the cards and the icons. But pretty clear and pretty positive. So despite everything kind of happening right now, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And let's look at the card at the bottom of the deck, and of course, if it couldn't be any more clearer, here we are. We have the creative, and we have the ultimate yang, masculine male energy. The active yang principle, strength, tenacity, I don't even know that word, dynamism. Sounds like a Riley Rage track. Dynamism. Inspiration, heaven, masculinity, authority, father. And we have the hand, and it looks like basically everything is in our hands or on our fingertips. The entire world is possible right now, or basically anything you wish to create at this time, you can. It's the ultimate core fire energy is now. So that's kind of what I'm getting. Let me know if you agree or got something out of this. Again, I'm Riley Rage. Take it easy and peace.